I would love to know in the comments below what you think of my eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. It's kind of funny, I'm looking into an eye right now. So I call it lens, right? And the lens is a representation of the eye. But I would like to know what you sense and feel from my eyes. Now, obviously I'm using a camera and it doesn't represent my actual eye color and the actual definition of my eye color properly. And plus I'm using a light right now. Let me turn it down and see if it makes a difference. Okay, that's way too dark. Actually, let me turn this light off and turn the actual light on. 1 second. Okay, maybe you can see my eyes a little better now. My eyes are actually brown, but they're really dark brown. But I would just like to know in the comments what you think of my eyes. So you probably heard the saying that the eyes are the window to the soul. I want to talk to you a little bit about how eye color affects the law of attraction and manifesting what you want into your reality. And I want to talk to you a little bit more about the third eye, which is your spiritual eye, and how to tap more into that. All right, so these eyes that we have are the three-dimensional eyes, the polarity, right? We've got the masculine and the feminine, right? We've got the yin and the yang. Okay, so these represent the Maya, these represent the matrix, and what we can do with our own mind or our third eye is we can take the duality into one form or one consciousness, transcending duality and going into non-duality, into the infinite. Anyway, here's how eye color affects the law of attraction. And this is more about understanding who you are and maybe what you represent. This isn't a fixed thing. Please don't take my word straight, as it is. But I'm kind of give you an idea of who you may be determined based on your eye color. All right. So we'll start off with brown. Okay. So we have light brown, hazel, and dark brown. Okay. The darker your eyes, the more melanated you are, meaning you basically have more melanin. And the lighter your eyes become, the less melanin you have. All right. And so melanin in the brain specifically helps with rapid thinking, rapid responses. So for example, you will notice, well, actually the majority of the population, I think is like 70% of the population are brown eyes. All right. And so we'll find that specifically more melanated in terms of the color or pigment of the skin, right? These people or beings, the black community, are usually better at things where it requires you to use your body, right? So if we look at the area of sports, right, we'll find a lot of melanated people having a high level of success in this area. It's as if we can jump higher, jump longer, run faster, and things of this nature. And so the brain works quicker in terms of response. So for example, if the tennis ball is coming, right, and you need to react quickly, the more melanated you are, or the more browner like your eyes are, or melanated in your skin, right, the quicker you're able to respond to things. Okay, your reaction time is a lot quicker. Well, they found this in science anyway. And so if we look at tennis, we have people like Serena Williams, right? Or in basketball, we have Michael Jordan, right? We'll see these people who are very, very successful at what they do in using their body, right? So in terms of manifesting, what I found in my own personal experience is people who are less brown eyes, or myself, when I was like working on myself and figuring out my path, I realized I found it really hard to think. Like I had a real hard time thinking and doing intellectual things. The jobs that I had in the past when I was working a 9 to 5, I always went for jobs that required me to use my body. Lifting, driving a forklift truck, boxes and, doing things like this. where I get to engage my body. Plus, I like going to the gym and working out my body. I love using my body. And so how does this correlate to manifesting your reality? So for me, I wanted to start an online business. I wanted to be successful at it, but it requires you to think. And people who are more on the brown eye spectrum are, I'm not going to say less intellectual, but they might find it a little bit more harder to do intellectual things where you just have to sit down behind the desk and, kind of figure things out and brainstorm and think outside the box. It's not that you can't do it. It's just that you're better at using your body more than you are at thinking. For me, in my mind, it's just a different kind of intelligence because, I was diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. I was also diagnosed with dyslexia. And so I just see it as I'm a different form of intelligence. The way my system works is different from people with lighter eyes, okay? And so as we go into the lighter forms of eyes, like hazel, and then we're moving on to, green and blue, these eye colors are more representative of the thinking or the ego, right? They can be more intellectual in terms of, thinking things through, getting stuff done. And so I think it's, because there's less melanin, I think this is just me kind of figuring stuff out. This is not science or anything. That I think, like, when you have less melanin in the mind, your brain is not as, it's able to be slower on strategically thinking. Whereas when the mind's moving very fast and it's overactive, it's almost like become ADHD or ADD, and you can't, quite, get that same level of concentration that someone with a blue eye can do. So in my business, when I was first starting out and trying to live my dream life, I just thought, I'm not as good as everyone else. I struggle to concentrate. I struggle to remember scripts. I can't do it the way that, these other people are doing it. People who have brighter eyes, and I just don't have that ability. It felt like I couldn't even access, my brain wasn't even, capable of doing what other people could do when I could see them on social media, running their YouTube channel or whatever it is. I just felt like my brain doesn't know how to do that. Like, it's not possible. And in a way, it wasn't, because my brain's not set up that way. And so it's more about adjusting the way that you learn, adjusting the way that you interpret things, adjusting the way that you go about life to be in accordance with who you are and the way that you are wired. Yes, we can rewire ourselves. Yes, we can change, but to a certain extent, And so back then I was really hard on myself. It lowered my self-esteem, listening to personal development videos and spirituality and seeing people making loads of progress. It just felt like things were a lot harder for me than for other people. And it wasn't until I learned how I worked that I started making a lot more progress. Okay, so if you're more on the brown eye spectrum and you feel like you're not as intellectual as someone else, or you're not as quick as someone else, you're probably really good at using your body. You're probably really good at doing other things that are more physical. And don't beat yourself up that you're not able to do things as quickly or get things as fast, or you're learning a little bit slower. And everyone else is making progress. And so what I had to do is I had to train my mind to be able to do mental work. Okay, mental work can be, significantly harder than doing body work if you're more brown eyes. Whereas if you're blue eyes or brighter eyes, right, mind stuff might be super easy for you, but when it comes to using your body, it's a lot more challenging for you to use your body. And so when it came to manifesting my reality, I would take more time. I would be more gentle on myself when it comes to mental work, when it comes to work that requires me to use my thinking and my brain, and not rushing myself or pushing or stressing and trying too hard to mentally will myself, because I found that it's draining me of energy and my vitality the brain is responsible for taking up 30% of your energies. And so I started to learn that I need to reduce the amount of work, mental work that I'm doing in the day, and reduce it to be in accordance to how I can be consistent over time rather than burning out all the time trying to push hard. And so for people who are more bright eyes, this is easier for you to do and manifest the reality that you want if you're going to be using thinking to manifest your reality. And so jobs or careers or whatever it is that requires you to use more of your body, you might have to train harder, or you might find it harder to learn the skill set because you're not a body being, okay? You're a mind being, okay? And so we just need to, again, become in alignment with our eye color and learning how to adjust so that we can manifest the reality that you want. Ultimately, my intention for this video is, not to be hard on yourself and to be accepting of who you are, and also to love and appreciate who you are more, because it can work being someone who's more brown-eyed, and it can work being someone more lighter eyes. So rest and relax into the idea of being who you are and figuring out how can I achieve this by doing it in accordance to who I am, okay? And again, please don't fixate on like some of the things that I'm saying. This is a broad topic. This is something that you can go research a little bit more into when it comes to how eye color represents different personality traits, different levels of egotism and things like this, and how you can use that to adjust your perspective on yourself so you can transform and manifest the reality that you want. Because ultimately you want to feel good. If you don't feel good about yourself, then it's going to stop you from really transforming your life in really powerful ways. Now, if you don't know what your vibration is, where you resonate vibrationally, and you can't seem to figure out what's holding you back from getting to the next level, and you want to know where you are resonating right now, what your vibrational frequency is right now, and you want to find out where you need to be in order to transform your life in really powerful ways, I'm going to share that with you. I'm also going to give you a comparison of where some other influencers, social media influencers, speakers resonate at in comparison to where you are, and how to get to their level and really transform your life. So if you've got a business, if you've got a career, you want to take things to the next level, you want to find your love, soulmate, or whatever it is, this reading will help you do that. You can go get that in the link in the description at whatsappgavin.com, or just add my telephone number to WhatsApp. Send us a message. When you send us a message, we'll be able to sort that out for you, arrange that for you. And I'll be doing a video for you, recording and doing a reading for you to find out where you resonate at, where you need to be, and a comparison to some of the other people that you follow online. All right. So I'm looking forward to doing that for you. And the link will be in the description and in the pinned comments. Also, leave a like and comment below of what you thought about this video. I would love to know what you think and what you saw in my eye color and the eyes are the window to the soul. So I would love to know what you felt. Right? What emotions did you feel from looking into my eyes? I would love to know what that is, and what did you feel in your body. And that's it, all right? So check this video over here on why letting go doesn't work and what you should do instead when it comes to manifesting your ideal reality. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.